Hey, apparently I'm the girl with 13 credit cards. Let's talk about it. When I made that video, I really thought that the amount of debt would be the thing that really set people off, but it's really the fact that I have 13 credit cards. By the way, I did not just go out and poof open 13 credit cards. These were accumulated over probably 15 to 18 years of credit history. And most of them never carried balances. They were just open credit lines until they weren't. I've been watching videos and being a part of the debt payoff community for a long time, so I know I'm not the only person that's on a debt journey by any means. But let's face it, there are things that happen in your life that you just don't necessarily have cash on hand to pay for. And just because people are in credit card debt or any kind of debt, that doesn't necessarily mean that they just bought a bunch of frivolous things or lived outside of their means or any of those things. Maybe they just had a life circumstance that came up that they really hadn't planned for. And before you say you need an emergency fund, I think that everybody knows that they need an emergency fund, but some people are just not in the place to make that happen for a while. Now, that doesn't excuse the fact that I had 13 credit cards and at one point in time they all carried balances. Because let's face it, that's irresponsible. But sometimes life gets expensive unexpectedly, and you've got things to pay for and only credit cards to turn to. I wish I had some kind of grand story to say, hey, I have all this debt and I have XYZ to show for it, but I really don't. A lot of that credit was just accumulated over the cost of living and living expenses and daily life and a few health and medical issues that had come up, and that's really the story. Nothing really crazy beyond that. At the end of the day, I don't really think that the number of credit cards is really that much of an issue. I know a lot of people, especially people who do credit card hacking and things like that, who have way more credit cards than this. It's really the fact that in order to use credit cards responsibly, you shouldn't carry a balance and need to be fiscally and financially responsible with them.